Hey, how's it going? I wanted to do a video on the Pentagram, so I figured that this would probably be the best place to do it. I'm in San Diego at Presidio Park. You'll see right there, there's a mission, and over here you can't see, but there's a cross and there's a sculpture of a padre. And where we're standing at right here is what's known locally as Witch's Tower. This is a place where Wiccans and pagans, neo-pagans, and Satanists like to come and perform rituals. I've even come up here before and seen blood and animal parts. So there's a lot of freaks like to come up here too. But what's interesting is that this is a Christian site. And although this isn't, unknown to anybody that's educated in anything about symbols or Christian history, but to the general public, pentagrams are associated with witchcraft and Satanism. And that's relatively new. Not even 200 years. I think the first occultist to even associate the pentagrams with their positions of being ascending or descending was Eliphas Levi. He was the first one to arbitrarily state that the ascending pentagram was a symbol for good and that the descending pentagram was a symbol for evil. And many authors following in his footsteps have reinforced this perspective. Now, the pentagram itself has been found archaeologically on clay tablets from the ancient land of Mesopotamia, dating at least 3,500 years ago. There was 243 clay tablets during the proto-cuneiform time period that have, out of the 33 clay tablets, pentagrams were found on 33 clay tablets 46 times. The pentagram was used during the Roman Republic. It symbolized the building trades. They were found on Egyptian statues, Gaulish coins. I think the first pentagram to appear in English history is in the tale of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. He had a cuirass that had the pentagram on it. And in Faust, Goethe's Faust, Mephistopheles is trapped by a pentagram. And this was during the 19th century. So even then, it was still a symbol that was used to repel evil. It was apotropaic, or it was used to trap evil. It was used for good health. There's a lot of places, there's a lot of Christian churches. The Mormons in Salt Lake City, their temple is covered with inverted stars and pentagrams. There's a church, a Lutheran church in Hanover, Germany, which has an inverted pentagram on it. I have some papers here, took some notes. I'm shameless, I can't remember everything. But there's no support suggesting that a pentagram has a specific unambiguous meaning. It was found on a potsherd in Uruk near the mouth of the Gulf, and more frequently in Jimdet Nasr between 3100 and 2900 BCE, and Proto-Elamite tablets, Kish, Uqar. Often the Wiccans like to associate the pentagram with Venus, but Venus is equated with Ishtar. An Ishtar star consists of 8 points or 16 points. The Pythagoreans used the pentagram as the golden ratio, and it was used as to represent an image of perfection, human being, health, good fortune. The Greeks, the Aryans, the Etruscans. During the medieval period of the Solomon text, like the Lemegeton and the Lesser Key of Solomon. The pentagram was interchangeable with the hexagram. And it appears in archaeology that the pentagram was used prior to the hexagram in Jewish culture. Now the Christians have been using the pentagram, not extreme. It's believed in Greece that the Greek Christians used the pentagram. They would write the pentagram before they would write any kind of a scripture or any kind of history, Christian history. That's sort of like an initium or whatever, or incipient. I'm not sure how you would word it, but before they would write that, before the cross even came about, they were using the pentagram. There was a coin bearing a pentagram on it, and the words pensu, which is Etruscan for 5. This was found in a fictile urn at Voltaire. So this is just some information. There's inverted pentagrams on the Amiens Cathedral in France, which was built 1220 AD. And then there's a huge inverted pentagram on the Hanover, we already talked about this, the Hanover Church in Germany. That was built during the 14th century. Chartres Cathedral has numerous inverted pentagrams surrounding a statue of Mary and the baby Jesus. And the Benedict Abbey, Weingarten, Germany, 1225. So, anyway, the point I'm trying to make, is that the pentagram is a symbol that has been used throughout history by different cultures, different people at different times, and had so many different meanings that it doesn't really matter who used the pentagram first. It's the person or the people who take the pentagram and use it for their own need or however they see fit. So it's ironic that Wiccans and neo-pagans and Satanists would come to a Christian site to perform their rituals and nickname this place Witch's Tower, because this pentagram is a symbol representing the 5 wounds of Christ. But to them, it represents earth, water, fire, air, spirit. It represents the inversion, the goat head. It represents whatever they want it to represent, because it doesn't really fucking matter. Everybody can bicker back and forth. Nobody owns a symbol. So I don't know if I went too fast. I had a red line today and I'm kind of, I'm really going, but I just wanted to do a little thing on the pentagram and put it out there, because people keep, bickering back and forth about symbols and using this. And Wiccans, wow, Wiccans, man, Gerald Gardner stole the pentagram from the Golden Dawn during 1949, around through the 50s, and it got popular, and they walk around acting like they got a patent on the thing. They got a copyright on the pentagram. Well, you fucking don't, Wiccans have only had the pentagram for 50 years, you know what I mean? And this thing's been around for 3,500. So just kick back. Everybody that utilizes the pentagram, I utilize the pentagram, and I'm all secure about where it's come from, where it's been, and how it's been used. And it doesn't make a fuck to me, you know what I mean? And everybody else needs to realize this too, and quit bickering over this symbol as who owns it. Nobody owns the symbol. The Christians don't own the cross, and the Wiccans surely don't own the pentagram. So, in closing, I would just like to stand here amid the pentagram near the mission where the first Christian cross was raised in San Diego, California, and say, "Hail Satan." That's all I got.